Hey, how is it going again, Guardians? LVnative here with another Destiny video for you. Well, it is Wednesday, May 17th. I apologize that I am a day late with this video, guys, but unfortunately, unforeseen circumstances at work caused it to where I wasn't able to get the weekly reset video done yesterday morning. However, I'm bringing it to you today. Again, I do apologize that it's a day late, but before we get into the reset, let's go ahead and take a real quick look at
the feature comment of the day.
And today's comment comes to us from Neon Slime Gaming, and he says, I should be featured comment because I love exotic engrams. Hey, who doesn't? And remember, if you want to be the featured comment of the day, all you gotta do, smack that like button, drop a comment in the section below, and I just might pick yours to be the very next featured comment of the day. Starting it off with the weekly featured raid, we are back to the Vosik and Axis challenge. That obviously means we are doing Wrath of the Machine again, so get your fire team together, go in there, and get your rewards. Challenge of the Elders this week has modifiers of Catapult, Melee Kill Bonus, and Small Arms. Very nice set of abilities here. Shouldn't even be difficult for you to solo to get that 30,000 and 90,000 points respectively to get those really cool rewards you can get from Varix. For the weekly Nightfall Strike, we are going to be doing the Winter's Run, going in there and killing the Archon Priest with modifiers of Epic. Specialist again, Chaff, Ironclad, and Exposure. The Siva Crisis Heroic Strike playlist has modifiers this time of Heroic, Solar Burn, Specialist, and Fresh Troops. Again, make sure you do this at least one time, not only because it's pretty fun, but you get a Treasure of Ages with it and a little bit of legendary marks as well. The weekly story playlist this time around has modifiers of Heroic, Solar Burn, and Brawler. Again, make sure you do at least one of these missions to get a Treasure of Ages. Now, you're going to be able to do 5 total missions, getting 20 legendary marks each time for a very quick 100 legendary marks to get you started. And this time around, we have got the Dark Champions playlist. The featured Crucible playlist this time is going to be Mayhem Clash, so in case you didn't get enough of it last week during the Iron Banner, you can go ahead and have some more fun with it again this week. Over in the Iron Temple, go and see Tira Karn this time and see what artifacts they've got for us. So we've got the Memory of Fellwinter, the kind of weird one that's got a little bit of intellect with the discipline and strength as well. This is one where you lose your super, but you gain 1 extra grenade and melee charge, and you get a small boost to all of your stats. Orbs also grant melee and grenade energy. Not a horrible one. This actually has kind of a funky roll to it. If you don't already have the Memory of Fellwinter, that's the only reason I can see to pick this one up. Next up, we got the Memory of Timur, and it is going to be with a Discipline and Strength roll. Melee attacks on minor minions of the darkness have a chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. A very, very fun one to run around with in PvE. So again, not the greatest of rolls as far as the stats on it go, but it is going to give you that completion if for whatever reason you haven't already picked this one up. So if you have to, definitely go ahead and do it. Last up, we have got the Memory of Perun with an Intellect and Strength roll. Enemy Guardians with full supers and all enemies with low health are highlighted. This is not one of my favorite artifacts, and it doesn't have that decent of a roll in it as well. Again, I think all 3 artifacts this week are going to be a pass unless you just happen to be missing one of them for your collection. If that's the case, sure, go ahead and get it. Otherwise, I just wait till next week and see what they offer. Alright guys, down in the tower, as usual, make sure you go and talk to Lord Shaxx and pick up both of his bounties. This time we got Back to Basics, which is going to be in the Clash playlist. Complete 7 matches, 50 primary kills, 25 assisted kills, and 25 ability kills. And also he has got a game of Rift, going to be of course in the Rift playlist. Complete 7 matches, 50 primary kills, 25 assisted kills, and make sure you stop that runner. Do both of these this week as you are going to get Nightfall tier rewards for completing them. And speaking of bounties, you also want to go over here right across to the Crucible Quartermaster and make sure you're picking these up each and every week, guys. This time we have got hand cannons, let's see, scout rifles, fusion rifles, sniper rifles, and heavy weapons. These are fantastic bounties in order to get yourself some really good either old Trials weapons, Iron Banner weapons, or like in this case of the hand cannon, you could always have a chance to get that God Rolled Ice Luna or something similar. So definitely make sure you're doing these each and every week. Moving right on into the vendor weapon resets, we're going to keep it right here with the Crucible Quartermaster, and let's go ahead and highlight something I think you guys are going to be looking for, and that is going to be the Event Horizon Sniper Rifle. Now this is already a good high impact sniper rifle, very popular for trials or pretty much any PvP and or PvP for that matter. So let's go ahead and take a look at this roll, as this is definitely a top tier roll. So starting things off, we got the Sightsys, Short Gaze, and the Taxis sights. Of course, I'm going to be running with Short Gaze. I'd recommend you do so as well for that extra aim assist. Very, very nice to have on any sniper rifle. We have got Army of One or Life Support. You can either run with either of these. They're both fantastic perks for different situations. Army of One is, quick unassisted kills with the weapon, reduce your grenade and your melee cooldown. And with the sniper rifle, you're going to be getting some headshots, so you're going to be proccing this quite often. We also have Life Support. Kills with this weapon, while critically wounded, have a chance to start regenerating your health. On a sniper rifle specifically, this tends to come in quite handy. Many times you go to snipe someone and you take some damage, maybe you get bodied, or you just take a grenade or something like that, but you still get the kill. This will start proccing that health regen, and it's very, very nice. Makes it so you don't have to, go and hide for 10 minutes while you wait for your health to regen. Moving on from that, we have got either Quick Draw or Snapshot, both good options, but you're going to get a little more benefit by going Quick Draw. And then we have got Hidden Hand for that extra aim assist, always great to have on a sniper rifle. So Hidden Hand with Quick Draw, Life Support, Short Gaze, that sounds like my cup of tea, guys. So I highly recommend, if you were looking for a good sniper rifle, you could do a whole heck of a lot worse than picking this one up this week. The Vanguard Quartermaster is our next stop this week, and we have two weapons that we're going to look at. One that's kind of a fun roll. This is going to be for the Continental. Now this is going to be not quite the super bullet hose auto rifle, a little bit more impact, a little slower fire rate. Currently right now, one of my favorite auto rifle types to run. The reason why I want to take a look at this is this has counterbalance and rodeo. So you have two different, both your vertical and your horizontal stability counters right here. And then along with that, we can throw on a little small bore to give it even a little extra stability. This is an interesting roll just because I don't see it too many times where a weapon has counterbalance and rodeo. So if you're looking for an auto rifle, it's probably going to be a little fun to use. Why don't you pick this up and let me know how you guys like it. However, the big weapon this time for the Vanguard Quartermaster is going to be the Angel's Advocate Scout Rifle. Let's go ahead and jump right into these perks. So starting off, you got the red dot, your range lens, or your OEG rifle scope. Outlaw, and who's next? Out of these two, of course, I'm going to highly recommend going with that Outlaw to get that precision kills, giving you the super fast reload speed. And this already has a good reload, so when this procs, that is going to be lightning fast on the reload. Perfect Balance or Hammer Forged, I'm going to recommend going with Perfect Balance, give you a little bit extra stability and reactive reload. So whenever you have Outlaw and reactive reload on a good archetype weapon already, it is never a bad combination. This is going to be a fantastic roll for you guys, so I highly recommend picking it up and trying it out. Right across the way over at Dead Orbit, they have one weapon in particular we really need to pay some attention to, and that is going to be the Extremophile 011 Auto Rifle. Now this is again going to be a similar archetype that we were just looking at before as far as the rate of fire and the impact. The set of perks on this one is kind of unique. So we have got the MD Reflex, the Quick Draw IS, as well as the OEG Rifle Scope. Go with high caliber rounds or quick draw, both pretty good to have. I think I'm going to go high caliber rounds on this auto rifle though. And then we also have Perfect Balance and Hidden Hand. Spray and Play, never a bad perk as well, but I think you probably want to go with the Perfect Balance just to get that little bit extra added stability. So anytime you got something like high caliber with Hidden Hand and Perfect Balance on a weapon that already has good stats in that stability department, this is going to be a pretty fun one to do. I'm actually going to be picking this one this week as I'm looking for a good auto rifle, and this one seems like it might fit the bill for me. Before we leave Dead Orbit, you definitely want to check out the Keystone 01 Scout Rifle as well. So MD Reflex, Focused Lens, FLA 5, and the OEG Scopes. Explosive rounds and Snapshot, both good. We're going to run with explosive rounds. And you got small bore and unflinching. We're going to go small bore. The main thing is because we are going to get crowd control and explosive rounds. Small bore is going to give us that extra stability and range, or we could go with unflinching. For me, I'm going to run with the small bore, crowd control, and explosive rounds. This is a fantastic primary weapon for you guys to take into the Axis raid this week, since it is the featured raid, as you will be able to one-shot the Shanks very easily with that explosive rounds and this impact tier of scout rifle. Not to mention, once you start clearing them out, you're going to be proccing that crowd control, going to make it even easier for you. So this is going to be a really good PvE rolled scout rifle for you guys. So if you need one, pick it up. Highly, highly recommend it. The future War Colt has a pretty decently rolled weapon this time around, and we're going to be going right over to the Whale Hand Cannon. Now, the Whale Hand Cannon, the reason why I like this guy, luck in the chamber is always nice. You combine that with small bore to make your magazine size even smaller. It's going to make it so luck in the chamber is much more reliable to proc for you. Combine it with the explosive rounds and you are going to have a hand cannon that can do some serious work, especially in PvE, but even in PvP, this one would be pretty darn nasty. So again, looking for a good hand cannon, go ahead and pick this guy up as well. For new Monarchy this week, we are going to mention one weapon. It's not a great roll, but it's about the best I think that this particular weapon is going to be able to get, and it's going to be the Assembly 2 auto rifle. This is going to be the maximum fire rate, minimum impact. This is going to be what is referred to as the bullet hoses, aka Doctrine of Passing archetype. Now, the reason why I'm bringing attention to it, I usually do not like this weapon at all because the stability, unfortunately, is just way too low at its base stat for this weapon. Because of it being that bullet hose, it's a very, very fast firing weapon. We need the stability to definitely be higher than it is. But that being said, it's got a really good set of perks this week. So, we have got Hidden Hand, always great on any weapon. Perfect Balance or Hot Swap, both pretty good options, but we're definitely going to go with the Perfect Balance to help that stability out. And High Caliber Rounds, which is fantastic. Snapshot, not too bad as well, but the High Caliber Rounds, we're going to be causing a lot of stagger with this one, and we get a little bit of help with the stability. So check out our scopes here. We got the Reflex, the Quick Draw IS to give you that reload speed, and we also have the OEG Rifle Scope. So while it's not going to be perfect, it's going to be pretty darn good. Probably one of the better assemblies that you're going to see. I would like to see something that gave this just a little bit more stability. Maybe, you know, a hand-laid stock or brace frame, something similar to that nature. I'm not even sure if that can actually roll on this weapon. I haven't looked it up yet. But that's my biggest problem with the Assembly 2 is its base stability stat. That being said, everything else about this roll this week looks really nice. If any of you guys have this weapon, let me know in the comment section below, and let me know how it performs for you. How, hard is it to control the stability when you don't have a lot of great stability perks for it? I'm dying to know, guys, so let me know. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for me this week. I hope you found this video helpful and useful. If you did, make sure you do me a favor and drop a comment in the section below, smack that like button, and also, most importantly, share this video with your friends if you think that they can use it and this will help them out as well. But as always, Guardians, this is LVnative. You guys are awesome, and I will see you in the next one.